Okay guys, so that's a very short edit I just made right there, just a very small introduction about what we're going to be experiencing during the Crystal Level 90 era. For those who doesn't know, Crystal Level 90 is basically going to introduce us a whole new level of power creep. Things are going to be easy, especially with the EX upgrade that we'll be getting at level 90. So for those who doesn't know, this is where we'll be getting the entering the garbage era, or so called. Basically, if you want to call that, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah. So today I want to talk a little bit about what to look out for in the Crystal Level 90 era. This is basically where I started my JP account. I started roughly around log spanner, so I do have some tips I hope I can help the new players or the returning players with. So here goes. Okay, so to start things off, I just want to talk a little bit about the UW weapon that we will be getting during this Crystal Level 90 era. This is the ultimate weapon. For those who doesn't know, there's various type of ultimate weapon that you can go for. There is staff, there is sword, there is greatsword, etc. But that's not the point. The point is actually my number one rule here is that do take note about the ways to farm all this ultimate weapon token. So what I mean by farming this token is actually you can only get 15 of the token for each event. So each Lufenia stage allows you to lock up 3 characters, not Lufenia plus, mind you, it's Lufenia. So for each character lock, you'll gain 5 UW token, and this is only accessible and lockable to units that has the Crystal Level 90. So this is not a big issue if you think about it, because the content you can always just come back to it and then clear it with the unit when you're ready. But the point is, some of the stages, especially the event based one, is time based, so you want to actually fill up those event characters to make sure that you can get as much ultimate weapon token as you can from there. But that's not actually a big issue from what I experienced here in JP, because you normally get 1 event and 3 characters upgrade, or maybe 2 characters upgrade in this case. So it's always enough for you to actually get all those ultimate weapon, even if you miss some, because the older content that we have in the last chapter and the story chapters in past content can also allow us to unlock the UW token from the Lufenia stages as well. So it's not a big deal if you miss out some of the event Lufenia. So that's one of the the first thing I want to talk about. And the second upgrade I would like to talk here is the crystal level, the crystal required to actually level up your character to level 90. So that's all the older crystals will be farmable in the Cactual crystal hunt, crystal farming. And therefore you don't have to worry about not having your character to be at least level 80. And as for anything above 80, it's going to require you to clear the stages and the events that are coming up after Divine Ifrit. And in this case, you don't have to also worry too much about not being able to level up all your characters, because from what I experienced in JP, I actually farm enough crystals to have more than just enough to actually max out all the characters that I want. I'm not entirely certain whether it's enough if you want to go for all of them, but I'm pretty sure based on the resources management situation, you don't have to actually go for all of them. But yeah, that's also another thing I'm gonna emphasize here. And actually the easiest last one is you don't have to really pull a lot of characters in this era, because to be honest, you only really need a few of them to get past through it. I'm not suggesting you to skip all of them. I'm just saying that maybe you can plan your resources wisely in this case. Like for example, I'm going to skip Charlotta, even though I know she's good with her LD release, but her FR came out later and it's not really that late. So it would be wiser for me to pull in her FR era, because she has a LD feature there too. And to be honest, FR is going to be very expensive, considering that the amount to actually pull FR and to pity an FR is 400 G token. So in my case, I think that it's wiser for you to plan your resources wisely before entering the FR era, and I think Crystal Level 90 era is the best era to actually plan your resources, considering all the stages here is actually easily manageable. Yeah. Oh, and also lastly, I'm not sure whether this will get a lot of take, but watch out for global first character as well, because we'll be getting the Vincent banner, which will feature characters that we already have, so I'm pretty sure that might throw us a surprise here and there, but so with that in mind, just take note about this and be careful and plan your resources well if you want to get the new surprise that we might have. So that's all I'm gonna talk about. It's actually really short, and I'm glad I didn't have to make a whole long list about what you should do or what you should prepare before getting into this era. But yeah, I'm just gonna say this is a very less stressful era, and it's not just very beneficial for older players but also newer players. Like I mentioned before, I started the JP account, my JP account, around Locke's BT banner. And ever since I cleared my first Lufenia stages in IGO's release, I never really missed any of the hardest difficulty content. So based on that experience alone, I can say that it's very new player friendly right now. It's better to start now than to start in the FR era though, because FR to max a character is gonna be very expensive, considering the character point is gonna be a very huge factor in maxing out a character. And also, yeah, because we're going to be entering FR, character points is actually going to be very important as well. So if you're not purchasing Monk Pass, it's better if you plan your character board points a little bit more carefully. In my case, I still have a lot of points stored in my account because I have been purchasing the regular Monk Pass. So for that case alone, I think I'm enough and prepared for FR era, and I hope you are too. So alright, thank you again guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for the next one. Cheers guys.